This is Henry. He studies for less than 40 minutes a day, gets enough sleep, still have time to meet friends. They are always in the top 5% of the class. Henry spends most of his time studying by taking a mock test. And preach again. Knowledge for friends. This is James' education of more than 4 hours per day reduces sleep time. I rarely go out but still struggle to get a bait. I'm drowning in 10 pages of colorful notes. Read and reread textbooks for hours, but the knowledge still flows through your head. So what's the difference between Henry and James? It's not intelligence, it's not hard work, it's not luck, it's how they learn. Now, stop for a second and ask yourself, how many points do you give your learning method on a 10-point scale? Leave it for a while. Finish watching this video. I bet you'll want to rescore that point now. Have you just graded your learning? Now keep that number in your mind. By the end of this video, I'll give you a top-notch study tip that helped me from the 60, 70 points straight up 90,100 points. It started on a night I'll never forget. 11th grade, sitting in the room. The desk is filled with cans of fresh water and coffee cups. The notebook is sealed, highlight blue, red, purple, yellow, all kinds of. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I plowed continuously for 12 hours to review the student exam. At the time, I thought I did everything right. Picture-like notes read to wear the whole page. But deep down I know something is wrong. And it's true that the exam was a disaster. After that night I changed everything. Not because I got better right away, but because of it. Forced myself to realize the fact that I don't know how to learn effectively. Have you ever fallen into this trap? Textbooks are full of highlights that look like paintings. Read and reread a passage to memorize and still forget. When taking exams or recording a bunch of plays, take a picture and show that you are studying hard. But I can't remember anything in the end. It's like teaching clips on TikTok. I kept it full and never looked at it again. The problem is that we mistakenly think that the longer you study, the better. This phenomenon is scientifically called the productivity illusion. You know what? When you are busy choosing beautiful highlight colors, or make a chill music playlist to learn without understanding the song, that's a sign you're lost. No one teaches us this in school. Just tell me to read this chapter for 3 hours. But learning isn't about sitting for long. It's about learning the right way. Long learning does not mean deep learning. Working hard means working smart. And that's why it doesn't matter how many hours you study. If the false method, the result remains unchanged. This is the so-called consumption trap. Think about reading more pages. Watch more and more teaching videos. The longer you cram, the better. It's also our teachers who help us get into this trap. To finish the 5th chapter, or sit and study for 2 more hours. But what's the truth? Our brain is not a photocopier. Just read it in your head. It's more like a belly, to stuff to digest. I found a recipe like this. Amount of knowledge learned will be equal to student time with memorization rate. With the same amount of knowledge, if you want to cut down on your study time, it's imperative that you increase your memory rate. For example, you learn 5 hours and only remember 10%. That means you've just learned 30 effectively. If you study for an hour, you can remember 50%. You're learning 5 times more effectively than you were at the beginning. It also saves you 4 hours of sleep or a movie. What this means is, it's not the number of hours that determines all the results. It's how you learn during that time. It's also very important. So, if you're studying for hours and you still can't remember anything, maybe the problem isn't in your brain, it's in the methodology. And the good news for you is that this can change. Maybe you don't believe it, but since I've cut back on my study time, the score is much better. I used to study zombies. Sit back and read the textbook. Highlight, closed page, recording, beautiful, shimmering. But after the exam, forget it all. Then I tried to switch to active learning, moving from reading to doing practical exercises. Instead of reading the theory over and over again, I moved on to teach my friend. Instead of recording everything, I keep checking what I remember. As a result, my memory rate jumped from 10% to 70%. Passive learning is like pouring water into a basket. Keep pouring without keeping anything. Active learning is them. We mend the basket first, so that the knowledge stays longer. Since then, I have studied half as much as I did before. But the score jumped from 60 to 70 to 90 to 100, like a lemon. Passive learning makes you feel like you're working hard. But active learning is what really makes you progress. Now you must be thinking, how to learn less and remember so much. Don't worry, I have a detailed plan for you. This is how I learn effectively. You can try to apply it. First, don't try to study for 4 hours straight. Let's split up your study time. 30 to 60 minutes per subject. Don't plow all day. Between sessions should take a break of 5 to 10 minutes. Let the brain process information. Monday, before opening the book, check yourself first to see what you know. Where you are weak, focus. Instead of reviewing what you remember, Third, learn by teaching others. Let's restate our knowledge in simple words. It's as if you're teaching a child. If you don't have AI to teach, speak in front of a mirror or out loud as if teaching. Fourth, use active learning instead of just reading and taking notes. Let's do a practice exercise using a memory card. Apply the knowledge learned to real-world situations. Fifth, link the information you've learned with things you already know. For example, if you're studying microeconomics, let's connect it to the actual market price situation. Friday, a quick review before bed. Research shows that the brain consolidates memories when we sleep. So before going to bed, take 5 to 10 minutes to go through the main ideas. The next morning you will remember them longer. It's easy to finish, isn't it? Just do the above methods correctly. You'll find that you study gently, and your grades are still towering. Come on, now let's go back to your score. Put your learning at the top of the video. Do you think it deserves that score? If the answer is no, congratulations. You're ready to level up, you see. Learning smart is not about learning more. It's learning the right way. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to try this and tell me the results. See you in the next video.